We're putting you up on a pedestal.
Salinger good to go?
Yes.
What did you notice about your team with him not in there? How did you miss him?
Well, we're not as good on the block, obviously, and throwing it into the post. The other night against Orlando, we went on a 4-0 run when we were down 19-15, just throwing him the ball. And so it gives us a little bit more flexibility playing inside out. That's been when we've been at our best. Nonetheless, we still have guys that can play down there, but he is probably our best low post player.
He acted surprised yesterday when we suggested he was a low post presence. I mean, do you have to remind him to stay down there?
No, because I think he can do both. But we need him to post. We need him to post a lot for our team to be good. It doesn't mean that he can't shoot it when he's open, and that doesn't mean we don't want him to shoot it when he's open. But posting is going to be an important part for our team as well as for him.
How has the scouting process been for you? How much has it changed?
The scouting process has been good. We've got great help as far as getting the right amount of information to me before every game, and it's a quick turnaround. There's no question about it. Through our first 10 games, we've only played one team twice, and one other team that we had played in the preseason. So you didn't have much. You don't know a lot about these teams prior to the first time you view them. And so yeah, it's a learning curve, but it's been good. You can't quite get in depth as much as you can in college, just because of with your team. I mean, because you're going. You got 1 day turnaround. I mean, we've got, I think, our first time the whole season that we had 2 days before a game is upcoming against Houston. We haven't had any time to prepare other than what we would normally do in a walkthrough.
Does the resources sort of help in that way? Just
well,
in
the
terms
people,
of the turnaround?
the people and the resources certainly. I mean, all of the, not only the assistants but the support staff, the video guys, the stat guys, all really very helpful in that process. And they've done a great job of preparing me as well as I can be, and then, we just try to all simplify it as much as possible to get the meat of what we need to know going into each game.
What kind of effect has Keith had on you and the younger guards and younger players?
Yeah, I think he's been great. Obviously it didn't go well for him at the start with his thumb in the preseason, and so automatically now during your practice time, when you have a chance to actually practice as a team, he's out, and that probably set him back a little bit. But he's really been good to us. He's been good to the coaches, good to the guys. You can hear his voice on the bench. He's been a very positive impact on this team.
Coach, this is a hot Portland team in town trying to make 5 games here. What have you seen in film that they're doing so well?
First of all, they're really talented. Here's a great example of something when I was coaching at Butler, I may not have known how talented the Portland Trailblazers were. Now you watch them on film and you're like, wow, they've got continuity. They've got guys that have been there a couple of years in a lot of cases, and the talent and the length is hard to deny. Obviously with a guy like Lillard, who kind of is the head of the snake, but then you've got, between Batum and Matthews and Aldridge is averaging 22 points a game, and all the way down their lineup, that's a good basketball team and really good offensively, and from everything I can tell, numbers-wise, playing their best defense maybe in a couple of years.
Coach, to follow up on that, you've got a tough game tomorrow too, and then Tuesday, Wednesday trip. What do you need to see defensively out of this team to be successful on the next week?
Well, I think there's two things. You said to be successful, so we're going to have to be outstanding on the defensive end to have a chance to win these games. There's no question about it. And then that's just, it's one of those deals where you're playing teams that you've got to play really, really well against to have a chance to win. And so defensively, offensively, every detail matters, every effort play matters. It's all going to add up. Everything adds up.
Where do you think this team has improved the most since the beginning of the season?
Well, it's funny you asked that. I've watched a few of our preseason games just to kind of get a gauge of if they're improving at the rate that we'd like them to, and they've improved quite a bit defensively. Offensively, we've had our moments, and offensively when we've, I think we've improved maybe more so just because of our shifts in rotations than anything else. But We've gotten better defensively. We still have a long way to go. And I look at some of these teams that are really, really good in this league, and they've had a consistent system for a little bit of time, and you can tell watching them play.
Where in particular on defense you think you're improving?
Well, we're getting a lot better on the basketball. We were a lot better at defending the paint, even though we got back cut a few times in the first half the other day. We've been good all year defending the three-point line, and knock on wood, because if we're not tonight, it won't be close. I mean, that's what they do great. They're 48% in wins and 31% in losses. So, I think it's one of those deals where we've got some strengths to us, but then we've got to foul less, and we've got to make sure that we're as good defending the post as we possibly can be. And part of that is you're playing against good guys.